Okay, I think we have some audio.
Do we have audio? Some.
The pass to Bailey is complete.
Hello, 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Have we got anything coming through?
I hear you guys.
We're game time?
Yeah, I'm just not really sure. Because I'm coming, the audio is coming from the computer, so I'm not. Right. I already. Right, I muted it. But it's I'm getting audio levels, but I don't know if it's just picking up like my audio from the computer. Oh.
Dump on the keeper. Tackle for the
Okay.
Lake Central Indians. Luke Felix.
No, they're next door.
Are we on at all?
Okay.
Maybe issues.
All right.
The audio is coming through the computer, not through the actual board.
Yeah, it's coming from the computer. All right. Okay. Okay. No problem. All right. Bye. All right, you guys are. So apparently we're gonna talk through the microphone or from the computer. So
Sack behind the line by Brody
Can't just get it from the
Ramirez.
computer to the.
I guess not, because that's what I was trying to do.
Which one?
Because it's getting audio from me on the computer, but it's not coming from the Kodak. Because they just.
Brings up fourth and long.
That's so weird. Yeah, it's not getting nothing from there.
I don't understand.
The only other thing you can do is restart the computer.
I know, and I don't think they want to do that at this point. All right. So
The quarterback
They
out.
faked the punt.
That's the punter.
Yeah. What is happening?
It's 4th and 20. Let's see.
You got no gain on the board either.
Yep, first. By the time we get it to air, it'll be 30-0.
by the time you guys get to commentary, because we're on air, there's just no
Oh,
sound.
just no audio.
There's just no audio.
Oh.
So they're on, so the game's being showed. It's just not any audio.
It's my best game ever.
Some might say.
A lot of people would say.
Same here.
Well, the Chargers scored.
How about that? Who would have thought that?
All right. So let me figure this out.
Three on the couch.
Great pass to Rotten. Good enough for a Lake Central
All right, you guys ready?
first down.
Yeah.
We have audio?
Are we on?
I'm not yet, but as soon as I press this button, we'll probably be talking off the computer until I can figure that shit out.
Okay. I mean, we'll just do it on the
I'm so,
computer.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's good.
They said don't talk.
Welcome, everyone.
All right, give me a test.
Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Welcome everyone to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Apologies for the technical difficulties as Reddick keeps it left side, touchdown.
Reddick on the keeper. He's in for a Lake Central.
Lake Central,
touchdown.
2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns. That one was really easy, Jason.
Yes, it was. 2 very short fields for the Blue Indians here at Lake Central, and both of them coming up roses for the Portage Indians with 2 touchdowns, one by Frank Verda that came at 5:25 in the first quarter. A 10-yard pass from Cam Reddick, and then also Cam Reddick 7-yard run for the second score, and that came at 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Glad to have you here with us.
Doolin opener for these two sides. Lake Central 1-1 overall in the season. Portage no wins, 2 losses, and today this is what we're going to talk about in the pregame. But this is going to be a game in which if you win the line of scrimmage, you're in a good spot to win this game. So far, on both sides of the ball, Lake Central's done that.
Yes, they have, and they forced 2 punts. One, the punter dropped the ball and ended up running out of bounds right back to the line of scrimmage. Lake Central, that was that current drive, and they punched in a score. It only took them a few plays, and then a bad punt, about 15, 20 yards. Lake Central got the ball at the 42-yard line and proceeded to punch it in with a 10-yard touchdown pass to Frank Verda. So Lake Central doing a great job both offensively and defensively on the line of scrimmage. And like you said, whoever dominates is going to win this game, and Lake Central seems to be in total control early on here. Let's see what the Portage Indians can do on their third possession.
A couple of good passing plays on the last drive just stalled out after a couple of tackles for losses by the front 7 of Lake Central. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Olin Kemp drills it right through the back of the end zone. This will come back out to the 20. That was a bomb off the right foot of the senior kicker.
First and 10 on their own 20.
So here's the Portage Indians offense. They're led by Jamari Duff. He's a senior, longtime backup, finally getting to start here this week. He has been a little bit inconsistent early on, no fault of his own though. As his offensive line has struggled to give him time to be able to throw the football efficiently.
Yeah, he's been able to do it well with his feet, but not with his arm.
Leonard's just 0 for 1 on the season in passing attempts. He's 2 for 2 so far. He gives it running right side is Apollo Gibbs. Makes a good cutback. There's a flag down as Gibbs is wrapped up at the 25-yard line.
That looks like right at the point of attack, it looks like it's going to be a holding call on Portage.
So it negates what would have been a 5-yard gain. So they'll be dragged back behind the sticks again, and that's been the big struggle. We talked about that last drive of Portage. A couple of really nice passing plays, but a false start, 12 men on the field, a holding penalty mixed in there. It's been a struggle for them to find consistency there.
Yeah, they just seem as soon as they do one thing positive, they find a way to do 2 negative things.
That's the old adage of 1 step forward, 3 steps back. And for a young team that a couple of weeks ago in the season opener had about 16 players make their varsity debuts, they're showing their youth there. Nice job by Hazelton to secure it. Now he drops the ball right near the goal line. They're going to spot him down at the 1. It looks like for a 28 points on the season.
Okay.
Entering the night, chasing a 14-point hole, which is what they've averaged as an offense this season.
It's kind of what I figured.
There's split backs here. And Duff again looking to throw, pocket collapsing, and they're going to get him. It's another sack. 4th of the game already for this front 7.
Yeah, Jacob Jones right there just swallowed him up at 6'3", 300 pounds.
Bye.
That's a big swallow up right there. Drove him back. It's going to be 3rd down, and it looks like about 26. They're 3rd down and definitely long here throughout the game so far for the Portage Indians.
They have gone backwards on every play here on their 4th offensive possession. No positive plays yet. Duff under center. Fakes the toss. Steps out to his right. Pressure comes from the backside. Jump ball, and it falls incomplete. That was a dangerous 50-50 ball loft over the middle. They're looking for Hazelton again. He's one of the top targets on this offense. And once again, here comes the punt team for Portage.
Those guys on that punt team are going to be wore out by the end of this evening.
An interception.
Yes, they are. I mean, and it's 4th down and 26. You can't even try a attempt a fake. And last one was almost blocked. Let's see if they can get a little bit cleaner of a pocket for the punter. But it was his best punt of the day so far.
Williams, the deep man. Another low line drive kick that spirals out of bounds right near midfield. We'll see where they spot it. But once again, not what you're looking for if you're the visitors from Portage. Still looking for an official spot. It looks like it's going to be at the 49 of Lake Central. Just going off of what the line judge is saying on the far side.
So it won't be their worst start of tonight. It'll be 1 yard in front of it.
They're still moving it. They're spotting it all the way at the 42-yard line.
Ball will be placed.
My goodness.
Oh, there we go. Finally, the 47-yard line.
Portage 47.
They're playing a guessing game right now.
Well, I don't know if you could hear the announcer in the background. The field announcer is like, the 47? With a little question mark at the end of it.
My question is, why did he walk all the way up to the plus 42 then, right?
Either way, here's their second worst starting field position in the game, inside give. And it's good for about 1.
Totally on the carry. Tackled by a host of Indians.
Yeah, Tristan Burleson right there with the tackle again. 40 for Portage, he is having a pretty good game. Last couple series, makes some nice tackles, some big hits on the quarterback as well.
Gain of 1 on the play. Inside 7.5 left in the opening frame. Keep in mind, Lake Central won the toss, deferred their option. Already nearing that point where you just have to start thinking about it. It's a backwards pass here. Turley out of the backfield, lowers his shoulder and gets inside the 45.
So when the statistics right there, that goes as a running play technically, right?
I would.
Tackled by.
Since it's a backwards pass.
Yeah. Let's see how they rule that next door. Either way,
It's
it sets
good.
up 3rd and short. Or 3rd and medium, rather. 3rd and 7 to be exact. All that for a 2-yard pickup. And it's going to be 3rd and short now. That's clear as day going to be offsides.
Yeah, right side of the defensive line jumped pretty hard on that one. Good job by Reddick making a hard snap count and drawing the defense offside. Now it's going to be 3rd and very short, looks like about 2 yards. Now the playbook opens up way more right here.
Assume this is 4-down territory as well.
Oh yes. If I'm Lake Central, I'm thinking about chucking one towards the end zone and then you come back and go 4th and 2. Or give them the option of throwing the ball deep with a little short pass under it.
They've converted on 37.5% of their 3rd down plays this season. Little confusion in the backfield. Reddick tries to make something out of nothing. He's upended about a yard short of the line of gain, so here comes 4th and a yard.
Reigns with a tackle.
Maybe even less than that. It was close.
Brings up 4th and 1.
Another big opportunity for a 4th down stand here for Portage.
Let's see if they can do it 2 times in a row.
4-down territory. Once again brought to you by our friends at Forson's Mechanical in Maryville. You're in Northwest Indiana, heating and air conditioning specialists.
Let's see if Lake Central tries to run the ball inside, in between the tackles. They've had some success doing it early.
Jumbo formation to the right on 4th and a yard. Reddick will keep it himself, lowers his shoulder, and he's close. This is really close. They're going to blow it dead.
Well, it all depends on the spot of the official coming in from the closest side. Let's see where he marks it.
Still no signal yet from our officiating crew.
Well, it looks like it's going to be short.
Portage is celebrating.
That is 2 great stands by Portage on 4th down. Lake Central just unable to punch it in for the 1st down.
That's huge. It's consecutive 4th down stands for Portage.
Now let's see if Portage can get a couple positive offensive plays here to get some momentum going. Their defense has really stepped up to the plate. Let's see now if the offense can do it.
That was something their coaching staff came and talked about. They said with the size of LC up front, they don't know how they're going to fare. Hey, back-to-back possessions now. Their front 7 has really held up. So here's Jamari Duff and company. An offense that has yet to find themselves in plus territory.
Would you say
I just have
struggle?
the Codex.
Struggle's a good word. Struggle's a very
Alright,
good
I think
word
I
in
just
this
found
case.
another one.
They got driven here by the struggle bus.
The
They're
Monican?
bringing out the chains just to be sure of the spot.
Okay, yeah, then that's it.
And, oh, he may have gotten it. Yeah, he did.
Oh, they changed the call.
They break out the chain gang.
Okay, yeah, I
And
just...
it gives LC some extra life on offense, so they're not done just yet. That is a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical.
Yeah, outside
in
of the
Maryville.
other-
Visit them on the web at
Yeah, outside of that, that's, I'm
fourseasonsmechanical.com.
pretty sure it's the only one.
Yeah,
I
it
have.
looked like he had it by about the middle of the football. Wasn't it? You know,
Yeah.
you would think if they signaled it going the other way that it would be just a tip of the ball, but it was way more than that.
I guess I'll phrase the question to you as this: why wouldn't you just bring up the chains in the first place then before signaling?
That's a great call. Good job by the coaching staff of
Okay.
Lake Central to force the officials to bring the chains all the way across field. But yes, they should have done that to get-go.
There's a lot of confusion on that far sideline. Some questions being asked. It's head coach and his assistants trying to get an explanation on how it got overturned that way.
Well, it could be the hometown chain gang right there working its way. You know, like the hometown scorekeeper,
Yep.
the clockwork manager. Maybe it's the hometown. You know, Coach Kuliana said, you know, hey guys,
Help us out. And if you are this Portage side, the Quinzac who knows that this is a big game for his young group. And this is a team that lost 27 players off last year's roster, 11 transfers, 16 graduating seniors. So they're in a rebuild / retool year.
Yeah, I was gonna say retool year is the big answer right there.
And so they thought they had a big stop. They don't. Reddick looking to take a shot down the middle of the field. It's caught in stride. Inside
it
the
is
20.
dropped.
And he dropped the football, and Portage falls on it. It's Burleson with the recovery.
Burleson's all over the field. He's made a sack. He's tackled the running back right at the line of scrimmage, and now he comes up with after the catch was made, the receiver all of a sudden juggles it, ball flies in the air, and Burleson makes a great pickoff right there in midair, hits the ground. Portage gets the ball back on a big turnover by the Lake Central Indians. Looks like they're going to spot the ball at about the 15-yard line.
It's a ball don't lie moment right there for all the young people at home. That's what they're probably saying right now. That's what. The second takeaway, by the way, this season for this unit. Ironically, both of them have been fumble recoveries. Negates what would have been a 22-yard gain. Screen pass left. It's Milicio out to the far side 20, and he's knocked out of bounds.
Nice play on first down. Let's see if they can do 2 consecutive plays, positive plays, in a row. They've been able to do one and then have a couple penalties, another one here. Let's see if they can keep it manageable here. 2nd and 6. Offense is starting to pick up some momentum here. Portage, all of a sudden, that sidelines is getting a little excited.
To your point, the closest they've come to 2 consecutive positive plays was a run for 3 and then a run of no gain, and that was on their opening drive. Hazelton sidecar left gets the call, running right side, has a crease, cuts it back inside, and he'll pick up the first down all the way out to the 32-yard line. Alex Hazelton, who's making his first career start tonight at 10 back, moves the sticks.
Is that the first down of the Portage Indians tonight?
Yes, it is, and it's brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
No, that's got to be a relief for the Portage Indians right there to get that first down, and all of a sudden they're feeling a little excited. Let's see, hey, maybe let's just chuck one down the field, see if we can get a bigger play than the last one.
That was good for 14 yards there on 2nd and 6. Hazelton again, left tackle, and cuts it back inside. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's what we're talking about, though. Back-to-back positive
That's
plays
right.
for this offense.
Brought down by Risky for Lake Central.
Risky on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from their own 33.
That's one thing about that Lake Central defense. These linebackers, Risky, Ramirez, and Fellis, are very active out there. They're coming from all different angles. They run a 3-3-5 defensive backs in the game. So they're very athletic, a little bit undersized for the Duland Conference, but they are very active.
For a loss of 1, yes it will be. So here comes 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Brody Ramirez. We're just talking about that linebacker core for the Indians, and Brody Ramirez gets a tackle for loss right there.
Here's 3rd down here. If Portage is able to find an answer, at least make it 4th and manageable. You think at this point in the game you're going for it.
I think you got to punt it away. Just to,
you think so?
Your defensive unit's doing so well. Don't give Lake Central something positive right here. Punt them, make them go to long field. Force them to go sustained drive offensively.
They rush 4 on 3rd and 11. Duff running out of time, gets across the line of scrimmage and to the 35. That's it.
Yeah, it's going to come up 4th down and 8.
And they are going to punt it away. So Lake Central burn their 2nd timeout. We'll take a break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So here comes the punt unit for Portage. 2:43 left in the first half. Williams will collect it on his own 35-yard line, running right side, cuts it back across the 50, and is taken down at the Portage 48-yard line. Williams great starting field position here.
Sorry,
Central
I had to
Indians
reset that.
1-1, trying to go to 2-1 and get their first conference win. And start on the right foot in Duneland play here as the conference season finally begins.
Yeah, a couple of the other matchups here going on tonight are Michigan City, Chesterton at Michigan City in the Duneland Crown Point. Maryville at Crown Point also going on in the Duneland Conference.
Crown Point Maryville is going to be a really fun game tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing updates from that one.
And Valparaiso at LaPorte.
Reddick is sacked all the way back on his own 44-yard line.
The backfield by Joe Raines.
It was Raines
Sorry,
who
I'm
got
just
there
updating
first.
Update the
The
thing.
senior defensive end.
Loss of 8 for Lake Central.
And at halftime, we'll do a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update.
Your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. We'll have highlights from across the region. We'll also have a Coach's Corner segment as well for you all. That'll be coming up at halftime. We're inside of 2 minutes until we hit that point. Chad Miller, Jay Simmons enjoying your company here from Lake Central High School on this Friday night, first night of conference play. All the way inside the Portage 40 to the 38-yard line. That should move the sticks. If not, it's going to be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, still didn't work.
They're right on it. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down. They're waving them on. First down. Big pickup there for the Indians, for Lake Central. I keep saying Indians, but it's got to clarify which Indians you're talking about.
All right, for sure. Fine.
Jelsic with his first catch on the season. Gets him up to the 38-yard line. It's a really good pickup there. Reddick now looking to take a shot. Has a lot of time. Flag down, throws on the run. Catch is made inside the 30, but he was ruled out of bounds. His feet were on the far side chalk.
In the area of offensive holding right there, and that's what it is.
They're 3 for 3 on the night on penalty calls so far.
Well, those have been some pretty easy calls, all in the backfield, right at the point of attack, and that's where the officials really focus while they're watching the game. They, with only 5 officials out there, you really can't watch the whole field, so you sort of focus on the point of attack, and that's where, if they're going to call something, that's where it's going to happen, and that's right where he threw the ball, or right in the area where he released the ball. Cam Riddick did.
So here is another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. From
First and 20. Those are not the kind of first down plays you want to draw up.
Not at all. Man goes in motion. Reddick. There's a lot of time. Rolls out to his left. He goes near sideline. It's caught by Verda. Or was it? Let's see.
Yes, it was, but when he went down to catch it, his knee was on the ground, so they called him for a gain of, it looks like, about 1 yard. No, we got another flag in the backfield as well.
It was going to be a 1 yard gain. Now it's going to probably drive them back to their own side of the field. And it will. That's consecutive holding penalties on the Lake Central Indians. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with saying this week the Indians are going to win the game. in this one.
Yes, you can.
Can't do that on penalties, though, because you got to specify.
Well, both teams had a lot of yellow thrown on the game. The officials' flag has been very active.
And the referee's mic has been turned on a lot in this one. So just like that, here comes 1st and 30 from the minus 42. And big shock here, they're going to go 5 wide. Reddick will check it down, and it's dropped. He had Rowden open near midfield. And here comes 2nd down and a mile.
Man, that's a good play by the coaching staff. LC right there. Take it in chunks, and he was about 8 to 10 yards downfield. If he'd have caught it, turned upfield, now all of a sudden he got 2nd down and about 15, 16.
They made it much more manageable, which is what you're trying to do now at this point. And you got to, at this point, make it manageable. See if you can force a defensive penalty as well.
I think it's the newer one with the 3.0s.
They do have 1 timeout left, and when the ball coming out of the locker room, Reddick down the sideline. Receiver turned the wrong way. It was Rowden again. And here comes 3rd and 30.
Reddick had a lot of pressure in his face, just got rid of that one. Saved Portage from burning a timeout.
I really don't know
You
which
got a
one's
minute
like the
and
newer
6
one
left.
from.
They have all 3 of theirs, too.
Yes, they do. So if Lake Central decides to run the ball and try and burn some clock, I would assume Portage would definitely call a timeout, get the ball back with as much time as possible.
They've had some issues, though, kicking the football.
Okay.
So we'll see if they do get it back here before halftime, how far they have to get to be in field goal range with the struggles they were having. Furthest attempt we saw was good for 27 from Portage kickers pregame. They're going to run it Turley right side.
Okay.
If I'm Portage right now, I call a timeout, which they do.
Good coaching there.
Really run right side.
Hey, they must have been listening to me.
Yeah.
At conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crown Company
hang on
superhero of the game. Crown Company.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to get this kind of back on. I'm trying to do this game, try and grab all this stuff. Like,
So here comes 4th
So
down.
it's
I'm trying to do 3 things at
You
once
think
here.
they might try and make it?
I think it's 4 down territory here. If they're going for it on 4th down and 25, I want you to go get a lottery ticket right now for the Powerball.
Bye.
Is it over $1 billion now? I saw the other day.
Yes, I saw that. I'm going to have to get mine. When's the next draw?
I think it's tomorrow night.
All right, I'm in.
If I read it correctly. Olin camp out. This is just the 2nd punt of the night for Lake Central. And they're having some communication issues. They didn't have enough guys in the field first. They only had 10 out there in the original formation. Olenkamp will drive it through end over end and letting it take a Lake Central Indians bounce inside the 10, and this is going to roll all the way down to the 10.5-yard line. So 45 seconds to go 90 yards here if you're Portage.
A huge mistake by the special teams coach, whoever it was for Portage. The punt returner was probably 40-some yards downfield. You should have had that scouted out. He punts the ball between 35 and 40, moved them way up. At least he could have caught the ball right where the ball landed. It was about the 20, 25-yard line. You're saving yourself 10, 15 yards just by moving your punt returner up.
And for an offense that only has recorded 2 consecutive positive yard plays in this game, it's a tough ask at this point. They do have 2 timeouts left, but they can't go 2 for 1. Duff rolling out, will take a shot down the middle of the field. Open man, and it's dropped. I think Lucas Lynn may have got his hand in there to break it up on the pass intended for Malicia.
Malicia had the ball, and just at the last second, the defender for Lake Central was able to get his hand in there and just tip it right out. Big defensive play for Lake Central.
May have just saved a touchdown, which would have given Portage all the momentum going into the locker room.
Yes.
6 to 8 point swing right there. Here's 2nd and 10. Following the incompletion. Malicio's been busy, by the way. He had 0 targets coming into the night. Duff will let it fly down the middle of the field. 50-50 ball, and it's dropped again. He was looking for DeMarcus Jenkins, who is looking for a flag from the back judge. There's a lot of hand fighting going in there at the 50-yard line.
Well, I think the judge right there, the official, was on the wrong side of the play in terms of seeing the defensive back had his right hand on the back of the shoulder pad and pushed or pulled down the the Portage Indian receiver right there, causing him not to be able to catch it. So, you know, you can only have one guy back there, and he's on one side of the play or the other, and just happened to be on the wrong side. Good side for Lake Central, bad side for Portage.
Yeah. Home side may have just caught a break there. Hazelton will carry it left side, has a crease and a burst. First down, he loses the football as it goes flying out of bounds, but he does move the sticks. It's a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
First down.
Well, Portage right here, 25 seconds left. Let's see if they continue to take some shots downfield. They've come very close so far. The 2 times they've tried to chuck the ball down the field. Luckily, they got the first down right there, so they didn't have to run the punt team out.
25 seconds left. We're up to the 23-yard line. Hazelton's been busy. They go 5 wide here on 1st and 10. Duff pumps, pocket collapses, wrapped up forward, and he will pick up a couple of yards there. And there's the 2nd timeout, or at least the far sideline official signal timeout, but they're going to let it run down, and I believe this will end the first half. And Portage will just be content to go out to the locker room down by 14. Lake Central touchdowns on each of their first 2 possessions since then. A defensive stalemate in the conference openers for both of these sides. We'll take a break. The halftime show is up next. This is Game Night on Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday Night Football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Welcome back. Halftime here. 14-0 Lake Central over Portage. And elongated halftime. So we have a special edition of Coach's Corner coming on up here from
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, hope you and your family had a great weekend this past weekend over Labor Day.
Yeah, it was a great weekend, Coach. And, it's always a great time to hang out with family, and that's what we were able to do. We've got some grandkids now and got to enjoy them and, and just really sit back and think about the time, where we're at in this great state. Certainly, Labor Day is a holiday to celebrate by many and the people who work hard, and that goes for our coaches and everybody else that's in the school environment. They're out there working hard in an ever-changing environment to support the student athletes, and not only student athletes but all students in this state. And so appreciative of the people who choose to do their work in the eye of the public. Sometimes it comes with unfair criticisms towards what they do. But my experience as educators always have a pure heart when it comes to wanting to help kids. And so certainly want to thank all of our folks who work with our student athletes.
Well said. I think one of the things that doesn't change about the environment is that this time of year, there's a whole lot of great competition going on. And before we know it, girls golf will start the fall sports championship schedule on the 18th and 19th of September, which is right around the corner.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to believe, but girls golf kicks off our championship season, and we're ready to go. Chris Kaufman here in the office oversees girls golf, and Chris does a phenomenal job. And, it seems like we talk about this every year, Coach, but it's always worth celebrating. It's just the level of talent that we have in this state. We've got people that, We've got students that are out there playing golf that'll become recreational golfers the rest of their life, but that's after a stop in the collegiate scene. And we have many girls that are out there going to be playing collegiately in the future in golf, and it's just such a great opportunity to celebrate them. And, Prairie View Golf Course right here in Carmel, Indiana is where we're going to celebrate the state championship. And, again, phenomenal course, phenomenal people to work with, and it's just they embody who we get to work with on an annual basis that helps us celebrate these student athletes in an appropriate way.
Well, we're at week 3 in the high school football season as we anticipate that girls golf championship, and we've had tremendous weather. I'm sure that you should be credited with that. If we're going to blame you for things that go wrong, we might as well give you credit for having the weather being good. So thank you for all that. I hope you have another great weekend coming up, because parity in football, I think, kind of mirrors parity around the state in most of our sports. This is just starting off to be a tremendous athletic year.
Yeah, it does, Coach, and we certainly appreciate the kudos on the weather. But as I've said before, I put a call into Mother Nature on Friday nights, and she, to this day, she still hadn't picked up my phone call. So, but anyway, it's great. But we've been fortunate that the heat left us to the oppressive humidity, and so we've been able to operate in relatively comfort as far as weather the last couple of weeks. And, this is shaping up to be one heck of a football year. I mean, we've got a lot of really talented teams, and anytime that we have parity where, it's a highly competitive event, every time teams meet on the old gridiron, it's good for the sport. And, we want to continue to make sure that we support. And one thing we always know is the time-honored tradition of playing for your community is still important. And, we want to make sure that we always protect that opportunity to grow up in a community and represent your town or your school. And it's really a few short years, 4 years at the most.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. This is our weekly conversations about all things pertaining to the IHSAA. Commissioner, as always, thank you so much for your time. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thanks, Coach, and you have a great week. And tune in to Coach's show on Friday and Saturday night, because it's all things high school sports and more.
Well, you're very kind. I appreciate the help. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Kevin Malater and Jay Simmons with you halftime here from Lake Central, 14-0, the home-sided Indians on top. And we remind you to check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. Jay, so far this is the game when we talked about coming in, win the line of scrimmage, you win the game. Lake Central's done it for the first 40 minutes.
Yes, they have. They've been playing great offensively and defensively in the trenches. They have taken it to Portage throughout the game. This game could be a bigger signing for Lake Central, except for a couple of big stands by Portage defense. They stopped them on fourth down whenever. I don't know if you call it a pick or a fumble. The receiver caught the ball, juggled it, and then one of the linebackers for Portage came up with the catch before the ball hit the ground. So Lake Central defensively has done their thing. It's going to be whether or not Portage offensively can join in. They seem like they haven't gotten off the bus yet. Now, I don't know if that means for the whole season or just for tonight, but the Portage offensively has been disastrous.
0-2 on the season coming in, both their losses very close, 35-7, the open last week in their home over 21 defeat, and they haven't been on the plus side of the field yet in this game on offense here.
Oh, and it seems like every drive they get a couple good plays. I think we talked about it earlier. They've only had 2 consecutive positive plays in a row throughout this entire first half. So, and if they have a good play on first down, then all second down they have an offside penalty, then a holding penalty, and then all of a sudden you're looking at second down and 20-some yards. I think we had one time they had a first down and 30 yards at one time in a series. So it just seems like it's backwards. And I think you said it earlier, 1 step forward, 3 steps back for the Portage offense.
I'll give you a couple of quick halftime numbers, unofficial and official stats as we pointed up here in the booth. We'll start with Cameron Reddick of Lake Central, 6 of 11 for 82 yards with a passing touchdown. That's the first passing touchdown of the season for this Lake Central team. Their previous 6 offensive touchdowns were all on the ground. They finally get one through the air. Their running back, and Jacob Turley, 5 carries for 10 yards, no touchdowns. The touchdown so far, a 10-yard strike to Frankie Vertigo starting the game, and then a 7-yard quarterback keeper by Cam Reddick. The Portage side, like I said, they haven't gotten on the struggle bus yet. Duff, their starting quarterback, 2 for 8 with 11 yards, throwing the football, no touchdowns. He's ran it 9 times for 7 yards. A couple of sacks and some negative rushing plays. Alex Hazelton is making his first career start as tailback tonight for this Portage Indian side. 5 carries for 35 yards. No touchdowns. The closest they have come to crossing midfield was their own 47-yard line, which is where they started the drive. They went backwards on a drive where they started
yes, they did.
at their own 47-yard line. How can they improve this second half? Where can they start, and how do you find a way to get any sort of momentum offensively?
I think one is if you're going to throw the ball for Portage, you've got to get the ball quickly out of the quarterback's hands. Run some quick outs, quick slants, do some combo routes that something's going to come open right away. If it's not open, throw it away. Secondly, no holding calls by the offensive line. This offensive line of Portage is just going to get driven backwards by Lake Central's defensive front, which has done a great job tonight. And also the linebackers for Lake Central are flying off all over the place, getting into the backfield, creating havoc, and that's where holding penalties start. And then thirdly is just hold on to the ball.
Yeah, haven't turned it over yet so far, which is a good news.
But they've had some fumbles, but they've been able to get on.
Exactly, they've been able to recover their own fumbles. 4 penalties in that first half for Portage. We'll take our final break. When we come back, the second half kickoff and our Strack and Till scoreboard from across the region. That's all up next. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading to heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Follow all of tonight's Region football scores live on the Hometown Scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com/regionsports, facebook.com/regionsports, and regionsports.com, courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Conference play begins all throughout the week tonight in the Duneland Conference. What are the updates so far?
All right, so far, here we go. We've got Bremen Braves 25, Boone Grove 0. Bowman Academy didn't have that game. Bowman versus Lake Station, that is tomorrow. And Chesterton versus Michigan City, that game is knotted up at 7 apiece. East Chicago at Calumet, that is zeros at the halftime. Hanover at Highland, that also in the third quarter is all knotted up at 0. A lot of scoring between those two teams. and at Andrean 17, Kankakee Valley 8. A bit of a surprise here for me, being that I do live in Griffith. Lowell Red Devils all over Griffith, 35-7. That is your RSN number 5 ranked team. And here we go, continuing on. We have at the half, Crown Point 10, Maribel 0, Hobart 28, Munster 0, Whiting and Bishop Knoll knotted up at 0. Wheeler, this is at the half, Wheeler 21, River Forest 0, Valparaiso 21, LaPorte 0, all of these are at the half, and West Side Cougars 8, Hammond Central 0, that is also at the half.
Those are a couple of ranked matchups there. You mentioned that Maribel, Crown Point, and our
yes,
RSN
1
rankings.
and 2.
And number 1 on top, 10-0. You and I both were expecting this to be a close game, and it's still a very close two-possession game.
Yes, it is. But we thought it was going to be a lot higher scoring. I think I said 31-27.
Mid to low 20s.
Yes. The assistant athletic director here at Lake Central had Maryville winning, so he might be off this.
A little bit right now, there's still plenty of time.
Yes, plenty of time to play in that game.
That was your scoreboard update, courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Van Til Food Market. Strack and Van Til, shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. Cav Later, Jay Simmons, enjoying your company here. Lake Central will get the ball first here to start the second half. Duneland play, conference play begins. You talked to both these two coaching staffs. They said, hey, non-conference is non-conference. This is the real season now, and it begins here tonight. Obviously, those two games, important to see where you're at as a team. But now, it feels everyone's 0-0. You have a chance to get to 1-0 here tonight. Be tied atop the standings with the rest of the league, which is really important because top to bottom, the Duneland is very strong this year.
Yes, it is. And you start with Lake Central, the leader of the pack, so to speak. Crown Point Bulldogs. Get it? You're fun right there. All right, come on. Trying to drag you along with me. All right. And then you got Maribel. And then you got that second tier. You got Chesterton, Michigan City. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out as the Duneland Conference progresses throughout the season. Can somebody knock Crown Point off of that top spot? Crown Point has lost a conference game in, I think, 3 seasons. No, offsides right here. Or onside.
Onside kick. They fall on it. Portage is saying they have it. Let's see. Oh, man, this is a gutsy call. If it pays off, and it does. Portage got the ball back.
It looks like number 21 for the Portage Indians came up with the ball.
That's Reggie Gray,
On the Lake Central
who has only played a couple of snaps on defense in the season opener against Morden when the game was already decided. Comes in with the special teams play, and what do you know? Portage on the plus side of the field to start the second half.
Great call by the Portage coaching staff right there. Hey, shake things up a little bit. You even on the kickoff, you'd still put Lake Central in their worst field position of the day on the outside. So, but they come up with a big gamble, and it pays off for Portage. And that's a pass. I was going to say that is a lateral. He threw it backwards.
Hazelton's dragged down on the minus 48 as a result.
And the struggles for Portage on first down continue. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 19. Well, like we talked about, 1 step forward, 3 steps back.
Well, unfortunately, they're on their own side of the field again. It's unfortunate because this is a team that you know is going to be good in a couple of years. It's such a young team, top to bottom. Duff on play action, pressure from behind, flag down in the backfield, directs traffic, heaves it down the sideline, jump ball, and it is incomplete. I think this is coming back though either way.
Yes.
Just pass intended for Jenkins falls incomplete.
Jenkins right there could have came up with a great catch, just out of his hands, but it looks like it's going to be a holding call. It's in the backfield.
I'm going to beat you. You already beat me to it.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's a layup. So they're going to decline the penalty, take it 3rd down.
Brings it 3rd and 18.
It's an incompletion. Duff now 2 for 9 throwing the football on this one. And after the gutsy call to go for the onside kick out of the locker room, Portage is behind schedule here on their first 3rd down of the second half. Duff has Hazelton sidecar right. He fakes it right, he goes left. Hazelton, and he'll be dragged down short of the original line of scrimmage. And
Hazelton seems to be emerging out here as one of the bright spots in tonight's games for Portage. He's had some nice carries, got a couple first downs with his legs, so there's something positive coming out of this game for Portage. Baby steps.
That's what you want at this point. That was a 5-yard pickup for Hazelton. He's been the backup running back most of the year and one of the #1 receiving targets. They have flipped some things around with him and Apollo Gibbs entering the week. Just trying to find a different spark on offense. Another punt for Portage in this one. And it's a good one. This is going to actually stand corrected.
Well, it was good off the foot, and then it just seemed to take a hard left turn. You got a strong breeze going from Lake Central sideline towards Portage, and it looked like that ball got caught in the wind and just carried out of bounds.
And they're going to set up shop on the LC 27-yard line. So after all that commotion, now here comes the first possession for LC out of the half. In a game like this where Portage has struggled, a touchdown here feels like a dagger already.
Yes, it does. So their defense, which has stepped up occasionally on a couple 4th down plays. Let's see if they can do it again here.
Inside give, Turley trying to find the edge. He does. He bounces it back, and he's across the 35-yard line. That's a productive pickup on first down. About 6-7 yards.
Looks like number 67, Anthony Elenez, right there for the defensive tackle position, made the tackle.
Limits Turley to just 8 yards there on the play. Could have been more.
That's good pursuit by a defensive tackle right there to make that play.
Second-year member of the varsity football team, Alanis is recovered a fumble in the season opener on the road at Morden. The only turnover this defense has forced prior to that weird fumble pick we saw in the first half. There's a keeper. It's Reddick exploding into the secondary into Portage territory, and he'll move the stick ball, forcing the mechanical and variable first down.
Yeah, looks like about a gain of about 20 for Redrick, and he did a great job running in between the tackles, made several people miss, knocked one guy down. Great job of running.
It's a gain of 18.
All right, that was close. I was rounding up.
Why not? Be generous. In the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Turley right up the gut. Explodes, drops an defender, and he's all the way to the 30-yard line. It's another first down.
That's 17-yard gain on that one for Turley. They're picking him up in chunks here at Lake Central, keeping the ball on the ground. We talked about it throughout the game, that trench warfare for Lake Central, and they're dominating right here in these last 2 plays.
It's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. Reddick will pull it right side, and the pile will take him all the way down to the 25. So good for 5 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, nice job right there. Number 74, Clayton Mines, just leading the pack right there and pushing forward and getting a good surge from his center position.
Offensive line where they've decided, and the coaching staff made a very conscious effort this offseason to almost make the schematics easier for the offensive line, so they don't have to think as much, and it has really opened up the ground game this year. Turley running off left tackle, and he'll be dragged down just shy of the line of the game. It'll be 3rd and 1.
And it seems like Central, you talk about their offensive line, they're bigger and more physical, more aggressive, and that probably relates to how they drew up the schemes offensively for these guys. Less thinking and just more brute strength.
If you include the 2 to 9, 8 offensive touchdowns on the season, 7 of them have been on the ground.
That's the way to do it, ball control.
Here's 3rd down and a yard. Split backs here in the company. Cam Reddick, the dual threat quarterback, pulls it himself, makes a good cut. He has the first down, and Reddick's all the way down to the 11-yard line. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Reddick does a nice job once he breaks into the open field, does a little head fake, gets the defensive back on his heels, and bowls him over for some big gain right there. Looks like it's going to be first. Yeah, looks like they got the chains out there, so there might be an opportunity for Lake Central to get a first down inside the 1-yard line.
Yep, they're at the 11-yard line right now after that 10-yard run from their quarterback. Issa goes in motion. Reddick will call his own number, and he's going to be dragged down for a loss. Joe Raines, again, another TFL in this one. He's been the lone bright spot on that front four for Portage.
Yeah, great job getting penetration, getting up the field. Cam Reddick did not read that one correctly and kept the ball and stepped right into his arms.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Let's see if they decide to do something different and throw the ball forward here. I'm sorry, pass it.
The forward pass was invented, what, in the 50s?
Yes.
This is the old school ball from Lake Central in this half. Guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's again the motion man gets the call, running right side around the edge. He gets across the original line of scrimmage, and they'll gain tackle and out of bounds at around the 6-yard line.
Nice job, Issa. Issa just got to make that cut and take it all the way to the sideline. He tried to give a little head fake back to the inside. Portage was not faked out at all by that, and he still got a positive play out of it, though. It's going to be 3rd and 6. 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, to your point, that was good for 7 yards there.
Yes.
Gets them into a comfortable 3rd down. They can get a first down without a touchdown here. This LC crowd ready to explode. They haven't scored a touchdown since their second offensive possession way back early first quarter. So it's Reddick on a play fake, looks over the middle into the end zone. It's incomplete. We had
Reddick's pass intended for Verda
open, who had the touchdown in the first quarter. However, there was good defense then for Daniel Stortz, the big-time cornerback. He's their guy that they say is the leader of that secondary group.
Yeah, nice job right there. Reddick just tried to hold on the ball as long as possible, looking to try and find a second, third receiver, threw a bullet in there, and just receiver for Lake Central just couldn't come up with it.
So here's TJ Owenkamp for a field goal. This will be a 24-yard try from the right hash. Line drive that's right through. He's now 2 for 2 on field goal this season. He made it from 28 in the season opener at Munster. Now he makes one from 24 here in their third game against Portage. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Playing this from the 1-yard line, Jason Maliso. Have blockers out in front. Bulldozes his own man as he angles right. Trying to get around a man, and he's finally tackled by the shoestrings at the 35-yard line. He was seeing green grass and daylight very quickly there on that right angle.
Yeah, great job. That's exactly how you want to do a kickoff return. You get into the middle of that wedge, stay to the middle of the field, and then about the 30-yard line, try and break it to the outside. And Lake Central had somebody out there to make a shoestring tackle, or he'd have been at well past midfield before I saw anybody else going to be able to make that tackle.
That was by the way, Maliso on the return unit for the first time. He's not normally out there.
Well, he's going to be out there more often after this.
Bazooka, by the way, with the tackle there for LC. Saved possibly a touchdown, if not a lot of really good field position. Malicio goes in motion again. He gets the call, running left side. Gibbs out there blocking for him as Malicio turns the corner and gets to the 41-yard line.
Nice positive play for Portage right there on a first down. That's a novelty here in this second half.
This is actually just shy of the 41. He's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like Lucas Embry on the tackle, pushing him out of bounds there for only a gain of 4. But again, positive momentum here for Portage.
17-0 to score. It's still very attainable for Portage. They just need points on a drive like this. Nearing the 5.5-minute mark remaining in the third quarter. Duff on design keeper. And he's going to get 1 yard.
Yeah, Duff got hit in the backfield by his own motion man. Motion man seemed like he had no clue of where the play was going. Got right in Duff's way, slowed him down. Looks like he picked up one yard, so it's going to be third and 5. This could be the shortest third down possible conversion for Portage on the night.
And every Portage fan out there is saying, don't jinx us. From the 41-yard line, Duff on a design rollout to his left, lets it fly for Malicio, and he's tied up, and it's incomplete. That was great one-on-one coverage along that far sideline. It was Rashid Shamsuddin who broke it up.
Duff had Apollo Gibbs about 5 yards downfield, wide open. All he had to do was flip it out there. He had enough for the first down. He's got to mature enough later in the season. He'll see that, get rid of it right away. Gibbs was open right now. He got that ball, just flip it out there to him, get the first down, let him pick up yards after the catch on that.
That's the other thing that they talked about was a lot of this first couple weeks, the struggles have been just from procedural. We mentioned right before that incompletion, the Duff running into his own man. Williams is going to be taken down just shy of the 40 on a punt return. That was probably the best punt of the night so far for Portage. But they talked about how a lot of it with the youth and experience this coaching staff from Portage has seen. It's about technique, and he wants to, over the course of the season, especially in a game like tonight, see them really nail down their alignment and their assignments. And those last two plays are, I think, pure examples to your point and what they're trying to avoid in the future as well.
That's right. And this coaching staff came together, somewhere around over the summer. So to pick up the pieces of what was left at Portage and try and put something together, it's going to take 4 or 5 weeks before they get mature and get comfortable out there knowing what they're going to be doing.
From the 29-yard line, here's 1st and 10 for Cam Reddick and company. Fakes the Turley, rolls out to his left, lofts one near the sideline, and it's incomplete. And the overshot his intended target, and Frankie Verda.
Yeah, Joey Raines in there trying to get a sack, but forced Cam Reddick to get rid of it right away. Great job defensively. He was on the far side defensive end spot, got in there immediately.
Came in tonight, just 5 tackles on the season. A season high 2 individual tackles against Holbert. And even though those numbers are going to be down again this week, he's really, of course, the quarterback makes some tough throws. Verda again on a screen pass. He's got blockers down in front. Verda just shy of the 40-yard line.
Well, you thought all for 1 second there that trying to see his number 18 for Sam Posdick was in, almost had the interception or the tackle for loss and missed on both, overran it, and then the receiver for Lake Central turned it upfield and got a nice gain, so it's going to be 3rd, looks like about 2.
Power formation here. Turley, the featured tailback, from the 37-yard line. They've been really good on 3rd downs today, and they'll keep it that way. Turley a burst. Jacob Turley makes a cut, and he's all the way down inside the 20.
They're going to mark him right at the 20, so that is a 32-yard pickup, or 42-yard pickup, sorry.
Brought down by Harrison.
42 yards on the play.
He gains a bunch for Lake Central. First down.
The announcer just goes, gains a bunch. That's all that you need to hear. The play started from the 37-yard line. Finishes on the plus 20.
And Turley, once he got in the open field, he did not hesitate accelerating and getting down the field. Showed some nice open field running.
Finished their last drive with that 24-yard Olenkamp field goal. Reddick keeps it running left side, trying to get off the tackle, and he's taken down maybe right at the line of scrimmage. Kyron Merritt, who's a freshman backup defensive tackle, was the first guy there.
Yeah, fouled along with, it looked like number 7, Tristan Burleson, trying to both rip the ball out and help a buddy out there make the tackle for no gain. Or maybe 1.
Yeah, they're going to say ball broke the plane at the 19-yard line, so that's where they're going to get it to him. Merritt now gets credited with his 2nd assisted tackle in as many weeks. Now 4 overall for a freshman. They think he could be a piece that could play a big role in this defense moving forward. Trying to bounce it and take it down behind the line of scrimmage, and guess who again? Kyron Merritt, another big tackle. That time it's for a loss of 1.
Yeah, holding on to a foot for dear life and brings them down. Looks like like you said, tackle for loss. Gonna be third down and 10.
3rd and 10 for Lake Central.
Just like that, as they near the 2-minute mark remaining in this 3rd quarter, Portage can force, or at least at the high school levels, an uncomfortable field goal. Left hash would be about a near 40-yard attempt when it's all said and done.
I would say they'd be going for it on 4th down.
See if they don't get that 1st down. Reddick under pressure immediately underneath, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jelsic again, the tight end, who was open in the flat. And here comes 4th down and 10. And let's see if this is 4-down territory here.
Looked like Sam Hill on the pressure right there. Got right in his face of Cameron Reddick. Forced him to throw the ball away. Let's see. Oh, here we are. We're trotting out the field goal unit.
So this will be a 37-yard try, left hash. Olenkamp made from 24 earlier in this quarter. Snap, spotted down, kick clears the line. Did he have enough? Yes, sir. Olenkamp's 2 for 2 in this third quarter. It makes it a 20-point Lake Central Indian advantage. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs all sides throughout the country since 1994. Remember, the hands team will take this one from inside the 25. I'd like to remind you that at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374, and make sure to stick with us as well, where we'll name the proud Union Home Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com.
Sometimes it's blue collar players of the game. Sometimes, when defense pitches a shutout, like Lake Central's doing, we give it to the defense.
I think I'm with you on that. They have my vote right now unless something dramatically changes. From the 24-yard line, it's Apollo Gibbs dancing his way back inside, and he'll be dragged down at the 30.
Tackled by a host of Lake Central Indians. Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 for Portage.
Yeah, nice job right there by the offensive line, getting some hands up and getting those defensive linemen for occasionally on their skates a little bit and pushing them around. And Apollo Gibbs with the nice run.
Inside of the final minute here of this third quarter, we can run about 1 or 2 more plays, give or take. And some miscommunication in the backfield, and down goes Duff. Lit up. I mean, seriously lit up.
Number 48 for the Lake Central Indians.
Brought down by Musla for Lake Central.
Musla with the stop, another TFL for him. That was just pure miscommunication there.
Definitely, and you talked about it at the end of last series, how they had these little mess-ups that caused the play to blow up, and it's not even caused by the defense, it's caused by the offense.
Yeah, Fadley and Duff. Fadley was the motion man. That pre-snap eye candy, and now they will drop off Apollo Gibbs on pre-snap motion. Duff looking that way, goes over the middle, and the pass is dropped by Hazelton. Flag in the backfield.
Hazelton's lucky he had a face mask on that one.
And it is a holding penalty on the offense.
Went right through his hands and hit him right in the helmet.
Yep, and Julianos will decline the penalty, so here comes 4th down and 7.
Holding on the offense. The play has been fine in the third quarter.
So they're going to take it to the other end of the field and then punt it away.
Yep, and that's where we'll take a break. We've played 3, 20-0. Lake Central out in front. The Homestead Indians making their fans at the burial grounds happy. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back. Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. Start of the fourth quarter here from the burial grounds, and it is all Lake Central Indians. Captain Later, Jay Simmons with you. As the Portage Indians get set to boot it away. And they had no one back deep, Lake Central did. So this is going to roll all the way down inside the 25. I don't know what really went on there for Lake Central, but it's going to set up the Portage defense in a good spot there inside the 20 to the 19-yard line where it's touchdown.
Coming out of break, somebody wasn't able to count to 11, or they forgot it was fourth down and didn't put anybody back.
So Portage will take it. It's a rare break for them. Night in the season so far where they haven't had many of those.
Yeah, something went positive.
The other good news is so far they're still holding Lake Central to under the season average on defense. Portage coming into the night has allowed opponents to score 43.5 points a game. 87 points allowed total. That's now 107 after the 20 burger they've given up so far. First and 10, Reddick to Hurley again, and before that, it looks like we're going to have a false start penalty.
We've had a lot of those so far tonight.
So pre-snap penalty brings them back to their own 14. And it's been a relatively clean game, actually, for this LC offense when you look at it from a wide macro lens. If you're Portage right here, Jake, you're thinking turnover.
Yes, you're aggressive. You're going to tackle the ball before you tackle the player.
So first and 15. 11 minutes, 42 seconds left in the ball game. Turley, good blockers, keeps his feet across the 30, and he's got a first down. Flag comes in at the end of the play. I wonder if it might be some illegal downfield blocking, as Kyron Merritt is currently down in a heap of pain between the seams. This may come back, Jay.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like something down the field that was pretty far away from the play, and the official threw the flag. So we're going to have to see what's going on here. And all of a sudden you saw Merritt hit the ground pretty hard, and then you saw the flag come out.
So it's going to be a personal foul penalty on a member of the offensive line. Couldn't get a number in time for you, but it's going to still be a first down, but it's going to negate a good chunk of that big run there from Jacob Turley.
Okay, we got a couple scoring updates.
And that is courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. This is the Strachan Van Til scoreboard update.
And I'm sure this is the one everybody's waiting for. Crown Point 21, Maryville 7, late in the third quarter. Also, Lowell Red Devils all over Griffith, 42-7. Andrean 24-8 over Kankakee Valley, and Hanover 14-8 over the Trojans.
That, once again, is a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update presented by your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Strachan Van Til, shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at StrachanVanTil.com.
We've got one coming in here. Michigan City 16, Chesterton 7.
It's a good one over in Michigan City. Those are two teams that are playing better ball. Chesterton picking up their first one, a big nail-biting win over Hammond Morton last week in their home opener. But now the focus returns to here at the burial grounds, where it's first and 10 from the LC 18 following the 15-yard personal foul on the downfield blocking. Turley looking to make up for it and sets a great fake. Cameron Reddick makes a man miss. Medical space down the sideline, and he's into Portage territory. Tackle just shy of the 45-yard line. And it's another first down presented by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
I'm gonna chalk that down as a 37-yard gain.
I'll do the math in a second for you to confirm that. I'm trying to make sure Jay's right as much as possible tonight.
Wow, that's the first time someone's ever said that.
I got you.
All right, we're getting a thumbs up from Grace over to our left here. Thanks, Grace. Thanks for backing me up.
Of course.
Turley inside the 45 to around the 42.
Turley on the run.
There you go.
By a lot
You're what, like 5 for 5 now tonight at this point?
That could be the first time that's ever happened in a broadcast. And this is my 19th season here at RSN.
Our first game together.
Yes.
You're on a hot streak. I will toot my own horn and say, hey, you're on your lucky charm.
That's right. You know, Leo last week wasn't as kind as you are.
Leo's got that Valpo Laporte game right now for you here on the Region Sports Network. Turley again right up the middle. He's got the first down by a yard.
Looked like he got to the first down and was thrown straight back.
Turley on the run.
He did get it by a yard, so they'll move the sticks. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the website at fourseasonsmechanical.com. He got 8 there when he needed 7. And they are driving down the field looking for the dagger. Up 20-0 inside 10 minutes left in this one. Xavier Green goes in motion. Inside give. Turley. Blockers out in front. Jacob Turley. Inside the 5. Touchdown. The dagger.
Yeah, nice job, Jacob Turley, breaking a couple tackles, and then just as he gets there, right before he gets into the end zone, throws out a straight arm, and then waltzes in very tight on the corner.
34-yard scamper for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and he seals the deal on a conference opening win for the Lake Central Indians.
Another scoring update brought to you by Strachan Van Tills. Seems like Crown Point's just starting to run away with this one. They are up 28-7 over Maryville.
And while that happened, we have a blocked BAT. So it's 26-0. Right? Second half filled with points for this Lake Central team. 3 offensive possessions, 3 scores. We'll step aside. This is game night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
So TJ Olenkamp set for another Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Remind you to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network's YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. Enigenberg Exteriors, for all of your home's exterior needs, visit ebergexteriors.com.
Yeah, 1 and 2, Maryville, Crown Point going at it tonight. I think number 1's going to sort of separate themselves from the pack.
The question is, when will Crown Point not separate them from the pack at this rate? 3, maybe 4 years running at this rate.
Yes, it is.
So here is the Portage offense. Trying for a feel-good drive here where they can get some points.
Well, this is something that builds something positive for for next week.
Out of the backfield on a screen pass, somehow staying in bounds. Keyshawn Brown, he's finally out on his own power at the 33-yard line.
Boy, he was dancing. I'm just going to throw an old school pun out there. He was dancing in a phone booth and snuck out one side. He was surrounded by Lake Central Indians and popped out for a nice gain. Great making and missing in that tight space for the receiver from Portage.
Since I'm feeling nice, I'm not going to ask what a phone booth is.
Well, people that are my age, they'll get it.
Gibbs on the draw inside. He gets to about 35-yard line before a couple of Indians were there taken down.
Superman used to change one of those things.
I do know that. I do like the superheroes.
All right, there you go. So let's think of it that way.
I've been to London, so I've seen them.
You seen them in museums before?
Not in museums, no. I've seen them on the streets before. It's been a while. As my parents would say, you're showing your youth and your experience, son.
Yes, you are.
Here's 3rd and 3. Duff looking for a screen pass, wasn't there. Rolling out to his left, directing traffic, throws downfield, and the catch is dropped. Hazelton nearly made a really good grab, coming back over the middle. So here comes 4th down and 3, and at this point, what do you have to lose, right?
Yeah, go for it here.
Jason Man on the coverage for Lake Central.
Man on the coverage for Lake Central. The 5'8", $150 senior, 3rd-year member of the team, and well, there's our first loss of the night. They're going to punt it. We were close. You were 5 for 5.
Yeah, all right. I'll take that average though. 5 for 6.
Ray's QBR is skyrocketing still.
I hope I do that well. I know it's a late fantasy football draft, and I got my draft tomorrow afternoon.
That is late. The season's already started. Williams claims it at the 45-yard line, and he's taken down there.
Yeah, we've always done it the Saturday before the first set of games, and we were doing this so long that there was no Thursday night game, and now Friday night games.
Yeah, there's another game on YouTube right now. So if you're watching us on YouTube, thanks for choosing us. We appreciate it. There's a flag on the play, meanwhile, so we'll check the laundry inside 8:22.
I know, it's sad to say, but I am a Chargers fan. It's probably as bad as being a Bears fan in terms of disappointments. But they are up 13-6 over the Chiefs.
Hey, there you go.
You got to have a glimmer of hope somewhere. You got John Harbaugh from some coaching pedigree right there with the Harbaughs.
Illegal participation on the receiving team.
Illegal participation on the receiving team. Illegal touching on a blocker apparently. So that'll drive them back to the 30-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty there. So now here comes
the chain gang. Still hasn't moved yet. So let's see. They gotta hustle down here. Let's go, guys.
26-0 in favor of Lake Central over Portage. And the conference opener for both these two sides. A little reverse here, and it's a good run, and picking up the first down and a few more is Brody Ramirez.
Kenny Watson on the carry for Lake Central. He's enough for Lake Central. First down.
On the carry, rather.
That's the first time you said his name in the backfield.
I'm starting to see some of the backups and third stringers enter.
Man, some guys that'll be playing tomorrow morning. I see Wes Wellich out there, the sophomore quarterback.
Kenny Watson, a 5'6", 155-pound sophomore, who's in there after a good pickup there. That was a 15-yard run when it was all said and done. And right before the play clock expires, Coach Koulianos burns his first timeout. We'll step aside. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
So 1st and 10, inside 7:40 to play. Kenny Watson takes it, flag at the snap, and he's popped right near midfield. We'll check the marker on the far sideline. It came at the time of the snap.
Yeah, that was Tristan Burleson bringing the heat right there.
Illegal motion, so it's going to drive him back.
So that'll be 1st down and 15.
He races what would have been a 4-yard gain. Back to the 40-yard line. And for Lake Central, this is a game where you had a feeling in which they could win the line of scrimmage, they win the game with their sides up front. After a tough loss last week where there wasn't a lot of things positively going for them.
Yeah, last week I was here for the game, and Lake Central got physically dominated by
Watson on the carry. Met the line of scrimmage by a host
I'm trying to Grand Rapids.
No game.
Yep, Grand Rapids Catholic Central out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
For Lake Central.
Yeah, they are, and they have number 6 for them on the defensive side of the ball was everywhere. Now, this gives some hope to Purdue football fans because he is going there next year. So there is hope for you Purdue fans.
He seems like a Barry Odom guy.
What's that?
He seems like a Barry Odom guy.
Yes, he's a fly around guy. There was 3 plays in a row where he was in the backfield making the tackles.
Rolling out, catch is made.
Nice catch.
Midfield. That was Xavier Green, his first catch of the season.
Xavier Green.
And he makes it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, well, it's threaded the needle right there. Ball behind his back, spun him to open up and made the great catch.
So it's now, that's a 12-yard pickup, by the way. Like you mentioned, Wes Lalich into the game, the 6'2 sophomore. First season on this varsity team. And a traditional pocket passer compared to the dual threat option that is Cameron Reddick. 3rd down and 3. 6.5 to play and counting. Inside give, it will be another 1st down and spinning his way just shy of the Portage 40-yard line.
On the carry.
Tough
That's
dog.
for a Lake Central 1st down.
5'10", 170-pound sophomore who extends the drive. And it's another Four Seasons Mechanical 1st down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Now, just think of this. This is a big game for Lake Central. And because next week they have Crown Point. So just think of that. They're coming off a good victory right here. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going into next week.
It's a tough doll again, and he's going to be wrapped up for a loss.
Well, both of these teams, Portage at Maryville next week. So both of these teams facing a the number 1 and number 2 in the Edinburgh top 10 for Region Sports Network.
Yeah, that's just a tough assignment.
Yes, it is.
Obviously, those two teams going to battle. Crown Point starting to pull away from Maryville. We talked about how at this point it's Crown Point's to lose. Who else have you seen so far based off of games you've seen in person, games you've seen online, that can compete in that upper echelon with the Bulldogs? If they can't knock them down, who can at least compete with them besides Maryville?
I'm going to have to say, after tonight's games, or just looking at some of the scores, I'm going to say Michigan City has not taken that next step into the top tier, sort of, right behind Crown Point and Maryville would be the top tier. Then the second tier, Michigan City has definitely stepped up. If they can keep the momentum going, Michigan City can be a force to be reckoned with in this dueling conference as well.
Valpo, by the way, a team that's usually in that top third of the league.
Right.
A shocking 0-2 start. It's their first 0-2 start since 2018, by the way. They appear to be on their way to win number one.
Yes.
Obviously, they're a weird exception because they had two really tough out-of-conference games, Penn at home, and then they traveled into Chicago to take on Brother Rice. Lalich dropping back, will heave it deep down the field, jump ball, and it's dropped. Xavier Green nearly made a great backpedaling catch inside the 10. And now here comes fourth down, and the punt unit will be brought on for Pete Koulianos' program.
Yeah, it looks like number one there for the Portage Indians got his hands, that's...
Daniel Stortz.
Yeah, got his hands up either enough to distract the receiver right there or maybe have tipped the ball.
So, Bolenkamp to punt. Third time he's been called on today. Clock stops inside of 5 minutes. That one nearly blocked. And this one will trickle into the end zone for a touchback.
Bolenkamp's punt goes through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 Portage on their 20.
Check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals.
Ah, well read there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm here all night.
All right.
For 4 minutes and 41 seconds. From the 20. Duff still under center and still in the ball game. Gives it off Apollo Gibbs. Throws a stiff arm as he picks up the first down across the 30. And 4 guys are needed to bring him down just shy of the 35.
Yeah, well, for Lake Central, it looks like it's what we used to call back in the day the clean uniforms that have come off the bench when it was grass fields.
Now everything's turf.
Yep, nobody has a dirty uniform.
First down, by the way, brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. That one was good for 13 yards by Apollo Gibbs. Split back here. As Race Point starters come out. And another productive first down run. Ball is out right near the line to gain. Does Lake Central have it is the big question. And they do. LC ball. Reisky on the recovery
for Lake Central.
The senior who had the pick 6 last week against Catholic Central and recovered a fumble in the opener at Munster, now has a second one in that category. And inside of 4 minutes to go, another opportunity for the second string and the second unit of this LC offense to get a crack at it.
Yeah, definitely some positive momentum here. Great job by Lake Central getting this first dueling conference win. And as we talked about, Portage still trying to put the pieces together with the new head coach, a bunch of new players. Well, you look at the Lake Central sideline, you look at the Portage sidelines, it's almost like Portage came here in one bus. Not a large number of players on their sideline. And for the dueling conference schools, that's a small number right there.
Yeah. Portage, it's going to be a long year. And if you're a fan of that, you've probably seen it so far. Obviously, we mentioned it towards the top. 27 players from last year's team. And the coaching staff pretty much said they were the core, those 27 guys. 16 graduated seniors, 11 players transferred out of the program. After a 4-6 campaign, new coaching staff comes in, trying to retool and regroup a very young varsity football team. It just stinks for them because it doesn't get any easier in this league.
That's right. Yeah, they got Maryville next week, so you're going to be punching upwards even more next week.
There was Watson on the carry.
Tough it all in the carry
good for about 3.
Gain 3 brings up second and 7.
You know, you look at Cam Riddick, you know, some nice runs today. Jacob Turley, definitely some nice runs as well.
Turley picked up his 3rd touchdown of the season earlier this quarter. All of them have been on the ground. All around just a good day, though, for this LC team, in which after a loss, nothing went right. And this coaching staff, Pete Culianos, said, I'm not putting anything on last week on the defense because we put them on it from an offensive perspective in a ton of top spots. And they have cleaned up a lot of the issues on offense. As, of course, as I say that, here's a false start penalty. But still, though, at this point with the 2nd string in, the first team did their job.
Yes, they did.
The job done. Now the new guys can come in and play.
Yeah, like I said, the running attack tonight was fabulous for Lake Central. Still working on putting the pieces together in the air attack.
They have a passing touchdown, which is a start.
Yes, it is.
So here's 2nd down and 12 following the 5-yard pre-snap infraction. On the ground inside. Tucked it all on the carry again, and he's back to the original line of scrimmage, and here's 3rd down and 1.
For the Indians. Brings up 3rd and 10 for Lake Central.
Good pickup for him. By the way, another new quarterback in here for Lake Central. It is Malcolm Hill, 5'9" sophomore. Into the game. He's the 3rd stringer, so we saw Reddick, we just saw Wallich for a drive, and now they're bringing in a 3rd string quarterback here to get some varsity reps. So usually when you're a team, bring out your 3rd string quarterback on offense, and
that's exactly what happens.
There's a fumble and a flag on the snap,
and
we'll see what the foul is at this rate. Inside of minute 45 left. It's going to be a legal motion on the offense, so they're going to.
That brings back some memories right there. Sophomore quarterback on the field for the first time in a varsity game. Coach Shelbourne looks at me and goes, "Can you get the snap?" I go, "I've got it, Coach. I've got it." Run out there. What do? Fumble the snap.
Oh man! Come on. You can't do that and then do that. You can't say you got it. And then
I got it, man. I got it.
Oh man.
Yeah, Coach.
Did you ever play again?
Not a quarterback. After my sophomore year, I was moved from quarterback to wide receiver.
As this punt will dribble its way to around the Portage 15-yard line. 73 seconds left as this one will be touched down at the 15.
Yeah, I got.
So that you're telling me that you had trouble with the snap and they trusted you to go catch the ball
yes,
instead.
Yes, I did. So my junior year, I went to play quarterback. Well, our lantern man, the Crowell agency, Tommy Crowell came in as a sophomore, was one of the backups at quarterback at Highland. So it was my junior year of. That's right. Nick Perko and Tommy Crowell was in the mix there, 2nd or 3rd team backup quarterback, and it went on from there. Yeah, that's where I started my career as a wide receiver for my junior year.
I like it.
Yeah.
Bold strategy.
Yes. You know, they said I can't catch or don't have any good hands to be a quarterback, so let's stick them out at wide receiver, huh?
As Gibbs picks up 9 on the first carry as we get the final minute.
Gibbs.
Great day for Lake Central.
Tackled by Jacob White-Heisler.
Usually they'd say, all right, you're going to be a fullback or something.
No, I was.
That's where I thought the story was heading first.
No. I was probably soaking wet about $1.50 when I was a sophomore.
Obviously, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll have the Crowell Company's Landerman superhero of the game. Crowell Company's the insurance professionals. This is a first down for Apollo Gibbs after a couple of positive plays.
Now, I'm assuming that'll be the last play of the game.
By a host of Indians. That's enough for a Portage first down.
He Picks up 2 there on that one. And so we'll see if they try to get off one more play or not. Final 10 seconds here. So this will be the last play of the game if they get it off in time. A lot of communication pre-snap trying to get everyone set. 2 seconds and 1. They do get it off. Gibbs again in the backfield, and he's dragged down for a loss, and that will end the game. How fitting it is that it's the Lake Central defense with a TFL on the game's final play. 26-0 is your final score here tonight from the burial grounds. Lake Central goes to 2-1. Portage falls at 0-3. We'll take our final break tonight. We'll come back with the post-game show featuring our Lantern Man superhero of the game, the blue collar player of the game, and our Proud Union home play of the game. Stick with us. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Back here at the burial grounds, it's the Victory Friday and the Victory Weekend for the Lake Central Indians. First conference win, 1-0 conference after a 26-0 shutout over the Portage Indians. Welcome you back up inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Cavalier Jay Simmons with you here on the Region Sports Network. It's time to name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowd Company's the insurance professionals. Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game tonight was Cameron Reddick. He did it all as the quarterback for this Lake Central team.
Yes, he did. It only took them 9 quarters, but they finally got their first receiving touchdown. That was Cam Reddick to Frank Berta for a 9-yard or a 10-yard pass, and that came at 5:52 in the first quarter. So 8 quarters, 6 minutes, and 8 seconds before they got their first passing touchdown. And what a great job by Cameron. He did it on his feet as well, had a 7-yard touchdown run, numerous other runs, a couple throws here and there, but great job, great composure, kept the offense moving, and was able to make some nice reads on the quarterback option plays, and was able to make a lot of correct reads. They got to clean that up a little bit more because they're going to have an angry, feisty defense coming up next week in Crown Point, so he's got to sharpen that up, and I'm sure Lake Central will work on that for next week.
Now it's time to name the blue collar player of the game, and we're going to say players of the game this week. You'll hear why in a second. Boilermakers Local 374. Earned while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And our blue collar players of the game tonight was the Lake Central defense. First shutout on the season for this unit, and it really started off. They did not allow Portage to run a play on the plus side of the field tonight.
That is great defense, offense helping you position-wise, but great defense. Every time there was a big play, or I shouldn't say a big play, but a good play for Portage, either Portage was shot themselves in the foot, but the Lake Central defense did a big job getting some sacks, knocking linemen down, running backs down in the backfield. So great job by the Lake Central defense tonight, just swarming to the ball.
And last but certainly not least, it's time to name the Proud Union home play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. And tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game was the fumble rooski, as we'll call it. We don't know if it was officially ruled a fumble or an interception, but Portage, just one turnover on the night, was on a weird pass that was caught over the middle of the field on a really good slant route by Frankie Verde, who had the touchdown there, he caught the ball, made about a step and a half with it. Ball pops out, and lo and behold, Portage recovers it on the -15. Eventually, they weren't able to turn that into points at all, but still, that was our play of the game, and that was a weird whack.
Yes, it was. I'm trying to remember. I think it was number 7, Tristan Burleson, that made the catch because the ball came up in the air. That's one where you would need the replays, the NFL replay camera, because did he take one step, juggle it, and it could be considered an interception, or would it be 2 steps, he had possession, the ball flipped up in the air, and then it would be turned a fumble. So it was still a great play by Tristan Burleson to make the catch.
And that was tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395, Union Strong. We'll stay on Portage for a moment. 0-3 now following the loss tonight. 0-1 in Dunedin play. Allowed their fewest points of the season tonight, but at the end of the day, still not enough.
No, and you can tell, we talked about it early on, the execution, the running backs running into the quarterback on some reads, the quarterback not being able to hit guys wide open. I think Duff had a first down. If he would have thrown it to the guy in the flat wide open, he chooses the guy 15 yards downfield, the pass goes incomplete. And you can hear the coach's box next to us, the Portage coach's box, slamming the table a bunch of times. But that's going to be growing pains offensively for Portage. You know, the coaching staff came together in the middle of the summer. It's just going to take some while. We talked about it, the execution-wise, for them to get everything down right, where they're not only running into each other, they got a lot of holding penalties also. So it's a work in progress for Portage, especially on the offensive side.
For Lake Central now, 2-1 in the season. Good start to conference play.
Yes.
Tough one next week when Crown Point comes to this place.
Yes, they do. And they go into the heart of the meat grinder right next week. They've got Crown Point, and that's going to be a tough one, especially I think the last time we saw the Crown Point score in the middle of the third quarter was 28-7. So they are definitely going to step into the meat grinder.
That's going to do it for us tonight. Special thanks to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, sales manager, Heather Ames, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller, and our sports director, Mike Dewan. Our producer tonight was Clint Klaus. Paul Avila on the camera upstairs. He had to battle those nasty wind conditions of 21-mile-per-hour gusts coming out from the west and from this Lake Central sideline. Over. Our special thanks again to the coaches of both teams for Portage, Tony Klimzak, and for Lake Central, Pete Koulianos, and the athletic directors for Portage, Brett St. Germain, and for Lake Central, Chris Enyard. Once again, your final score, it was all Lake Central tonight. It was a dominant day, 26-0, the final score, as they sent Portage to the lake for the week to go fishing and try to reset as a team, because they are on the struggle bus right now.
Yes, they are.
We hope that they can find it here in the next couple of weeks. Doesn't get any easier in Dunedin play, but we hope nothing for the best for this Portage team, as we know they're young, but they have a lot of potential with that young talent. For my partner, Jay Simmons, I've been Kevin Malater saying so long from Lake Central High School. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.